people never help each other. We never stick together. We are the most retarded culture in the world for that. I always say that. You know, for some reason, when black people get something, they think that they can't share with other black people because that other black person is going to take it from them. But that's when someone's giving you something. You know, culturally, because we were slaves, I guess we feel that we need another culture to make us, to validate us, to get us from one level to the next. But, you know, it's to be expected. It's human. You know, we just got a black president there, you know, 7 years ago. Things are just changing. So now black people are sticking together. But yeah, the old black man felt they had to shit on each other to survive. It was a survival tactic. You know, it's not excusable, but, you know, I understand it. But yeah, we can't act like we stick together because we don't. You know, you can look at how we always get separated. And it's always someone from another culture that separates us. I could personally tell you that. Yeah, nah, we don't stick together. We be clowning like that. But I'm a black man and I can say that. I've been trying to change that forever. Trust me. You don't think back in the day I was like, yo, let's Rockefeller, Bad Boy, Def Jam, Wu-Tang, all of us, let's just stick together and fuck everybody. But nobody wanted to do it. You know how many black people I tried to put together to make movies? And there'll be always that one group that just, you know, or because of Steve Stout or somebody that's a culture robber, doesn't care about his culture, will break that up. Even other black people break up other black people sticking together because it'll kill their little check because they got to connect with white people. Steve Stout. You know what I'm saying? That's what he always do. He always break us up so he could bring us to get robbed. Like a guy like Steve Stout will always take the people that are protecting, you know, the creative, and eliminate them so he could rob the creative. Good morning. Welcome to your Inner City Wake Up Call. Your Inner City Wake Up Call coming to you out of Wilmington, North Carolina, 365 days a year. This is your brother, No Covers, coming to you out of Wilmington, North Carolina. This is we're going to get back to the Damon Dash tape. We're going to play it in its entirety at the end of the segment. So if you missed anything, you can tune into it. Because we want to go over this morning black business dysfunction and how it ties into the youth violence. But let's take care of some commercial matters. January the 12th, Black Lives Matter meeting at New Hanover County Library. That is tonight at 6 p.m. Sister Sonia is having the Black Lives Matter, and I still love you, Sister Sonia. January 16th, MLK Breakfast at UNCW. That is the MLK Breakfast at UNCW, January the 16th. January the 18th, Advanced Youth Outreach. Vance Williams is having a family event. He's going to do MLK speeches, hidden colors. Contact Vance Williams at ayo.services@yahoo.com. You can find Vance Williams also on Facebook to get more information. It is a family event. So that bring the children also and get out and support brother in opening the new center over there where he's at. January 28th, New Hanover County NAACP meeting, 7 p.m. Red Cross Street, St. Stephen's AME Church. Ms. Deborah Maxwell is doing a great job with NAACP. Again, if you have announcements that you want posted on this or any other of our shows, No Covers, that's NOO, covers at gmail.com. And send us your business. Business for the week. Big ups to our man, the Greek Boutique, down on Front Street, Atiba Johnson. Love you, brother. Love the work that you're doing for us. The Greek Boutique is our business for the week. Now, Damon Dash talked about our dysfunction as black families and black businesses. And I want to show real quickly today, in a few minutes I have, how business ties into violence. Because last week we dealt with violence. This week we're going to business. Then we're going to tie them and bridge them together. I had a friend call me the other day and he said that we didn't support. I asked him why people don't support Crossland. And he said the beauty supply store costs more money. And then he said Thomas might not have the best attitude. I said those are excuses. The bottom line is they just want to spend a little extra money and they'll go over to Beauty Max, pay a cheaper price, not understanding that Beauty Max does not give back to our community, not understanding that strengthening Crossland will make another Crosslands, which make another, and you may be owning one of those. We could franchise the same way and get a better deal for the product. Because just like we have 3 or 4 Beauty Maxes, we can run them out of business with the money we spend at them. But that's not understanding how business works and how it helps eliminate the violence. We don't take the time now and build the black infrastructure so we can eliminate violence. And let me show you how this works real quickly this morning. When I grew up in the neighborhood,
We as young people used to run to the barber shop and beauty shops to take the hair off the floor because we know we're going to get paid some extra dollars. We became their little helpers. And in turn, the barber and the beautician became our big daddy. Also, the black fish market. We have fish markets in the neighborhood. We used to run to the back of the door. So I remember Mr. Scott used to do fish, and we used to learn how to gut fish and clean fish and then take out the trash. Mr. Scott, in turn, would give us some money, and then we, in turn, would see Mr. Scott, and we would respect him to the point that Mr. Scott could roll his car up from the fish market when we go in a little trouble, or we in a little dice game, or we doing something, sipping on something we don't have no business, and he could roll that car with him and say, hey, Darryl, now you know your dad ain't going to have that. He out there working right now. You need to roll on back home and get away from them boys. Remember, we're trying to protect the 99% from the 1% that's doing wrong. So if we focus on the 99% and have them something positive to do in the community, like going to shops, going to businesses, then now we can eliminate the crime and eliminate them going over to the 1% crime, because now the business owners of the community now become the extra mother, the extra father, the extra example for those young men and women to look up to. And then they become someone that they can go get a job from down the road at the mechanic shop down the street, where we can go get our car fixed at the mechanic shop versus taking it to the Midas across town. We take it to the local brother in the neighborhood. And then he in turn brings Jimmy over and teach Jimmy how to put a socket on a wrench and how to get up under the car and take an alternator or radiator off. Now he has a skill, and then Jimmy eventually goes to Votech, and Jimmy now owns his own mechanic shop because he's seen Mr. Johnson do it for so many years. Just like Bob Johnson over at the grocery store is opening and running a grocery store, now Jimmy has the same example that he can do versus running these streets. Business, black business, empowerment will affect the crime of the neighborhood. Because once we empower the black businesses, now we have a stronghold. Now we have somewhere to channel the resources to. Once we empower the black nonprofit organization, once we empower them, we don't have to deal with the why or deal with dreams or deal with communities in school. We can deal with OOPS, advanced outreach, Link. Why did I say that? Because I just gave you 3 organizations that do the same thing that the Y, Communities in School, and Dreams do. OOPS, Link, and Community Outreach. Once we empower those groups, now we can go downtown and sit with Mr. Charlie and say, Mr. Charlie, stop funneling that road money through those organizations in our neighborhood that's not really contributing back. Stop funneling that ticket money and that lottery money elsewhere. We've got an infrastructure now where you can funnel the money through. That drug money that you got, that you claim you can't funnel back through the community. Yeah, funnel it through these organizations who are already out there doing the work of uplifting and building the neighborhood up. That way, now we can empower the businesses, and we've got a strong unification structure, and we can actually really do for self. Let me make this clear. No Covers does not represent an organization. No Covers is only here to serve as a conduit, to give you the information I just gave you, so that we can serve as a conduit to bring those children to those organizations or to those businesses. We can go out on the street, and now I can send someone to Advanced Youth Outreach. Send them to OOPS. Send them over to Link. Send them over here to Crossland, who we've got a relationship now, and Crossland, they hired him to stock his shelf. We're only here as a conduit to bring information using social media, where we're at every day, for something positive versus something negative. We don't want to talk about the chitter chatter, who shot who, who killed who, did what to who. We're going to address that, but at the same time, we're going to put a positive impact on that. When I call black men out, I look doing it because I love you. Don't get upset with me. We're only doing it because we love you. Because we all need to participate, or else we're part of the problem. Have a good Monday. Have a good week. Support our businesses. Support each other. Peace and blessings. This is your brother, No Covers. Have a great week.